All right, well, I'm sitting at my desk because I needed to make a couple of gift bags just to get it out of my mind. I have this stamp set, which was, I've had this for 1 year, and it's going to be again available in the new Christmas catalog, the July to December catalog that's coming up. So I pulled it out to play with it, but really I don't want to make Christmas right this minute. I was hoping to make birthday colors. So I pulled out these 3 colors. These are from the Brights because my girlfriend just brought all the Brights. So I think that coral is in the Brights. Anyway, but I'm going to use the coral, Granny Apple, Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to put a couple of these, oh yeah, I got plenty of stuff in here. A couple of these flowers. And just because it looks like a poinsettia doesn't mean it has to be yellow, okay? So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use these little berries. And I think I will take a little leaf. A little leaf with that. Yeah, I think I'll take a little leaf, not so big. All right. And then I'm also going to need this little tiny one. I have another, I think I have an A block. Let me just grab that, see if I can grab it without jerking the camera. Okay, I didn't want to buy these little tiny A blocks. I'm going to lose the block. But today, since I have this teeny tiny little stamp to put on it, I'm going to do that. Anyway, but this is the B block. Not a whole lot of difference, but it's nice to have all the blocks ready. Okay, so put that aside. And what I'm making is, I want to make a couple little tiny gift bags that are big enough to hold like a gift card, okay? Not a whole lot, just a gift card to fit in a bag so it looks nicer than sticking it inside a card. It's like you have more to give. Okay? When you put a gift card in a card, you're giving less. When you put a gift card in a gift bag, oh, it looks suddenly like so much more. Anyway, so I'm going to use these colors. Let's say I'm going to do the flower. Since the flower is the largest, we're going to put flowers all over this. You know what, this block is even too big for this flower, so I'm just slide that over for a minute. Sometimes if you have too much block, then you'll end up with ink around the edges. It gets all over the place. So this is easier. Let's try that out. Now because this is photopolymer, I'm working on top of the mat, but I also have a little piece of notebook paper under here that I use for checking. Sampling that out. Yes, I like it. Okay, so I'm going to do a whole sheet because I'm not making a card out of this. I'm actually going to make a gift bag. But if I make this great big sheet, sometimes I can get 2 gift bags, 2 small gift bags. I'm not rushing because I think my pad is a little dry. So I'm giving it a moment for my paper to absorb. And when you're making a gift bag, it's okay to go over the edges with your print. You don't want to make it look like you're only stamping the middle. And I want to make it kind of random, but not too far apart. Okay, I have space in here to put leaves. And the leaves don't have to connect to the flower. The leaf can be just another element. See, this is kind of looking like I'm getting them in order here, but I didn't really want to create an order pattern, so don't do that. I hope I got this whole thing in the screen. I can't see my phone when I'm talking to you and I'm stamping at the same time, so I'm making it like a video that I will share with you. You know what, and the fun part about doing that is that if I didn't like the video, I can delete it and start over, make another one. When you do live videos, well, it is what it is. You get to see the mistakes too. All right, so this is cute. Oh. Today I'm at home. I'm sick today. And making cards, sometimes just sitting at my desk putting stamps on paper, it's artistic and it's enjoyable to me. So I can relax my mind, not think about the worries of the world or all the things that are going on. I'm taking a painkiller, so my voice might sound a little drowsy, and I'm okay with that. It's nice to be drowsy and not be in pain. All right, so now I'm looking for white spots. Okay, see I got a big white spot on this side. A little more color there. This is kind of white, but it's too much. It's not enough space to put a flower. All right, so I'm going to be done with that flower. So of the 3 colors that I chose, I did a flower in that one. I have, okay, so that's the flower. And I have this piece to do the center of the flower. I have these little berries and I have these little leaves. So I'm going to do, before I do the flower center, because I could do that any color, I'm going to do the leaves. So let's put the leaf. You know what? I think I could fit that leaf on this little A block. These are like for teeny tiny stamps. Let me make sure you're in screen. Yep, you're in screen. All right, so you're still in screen. 5 minutes, and all I got are some flowers on my paper, but I don't even know which way this leaf goes, so we're gonna go with abstract art that could go in any direction. Okay, and I didn't put it touching, so I'm taking up more space on the paper. If I was making a bouquet, I might have them touch the flower a little better. Oops, and you don't want to get too close and make a mess either. But you see the pattern coming along. Okay, see the ink all over my corner of my stamp? So if I was to rock that by mistake, it would get messy. Let me grab my little chamois. I think my chamois is still wet, so I'm going to just clean off that little rock. You don't want to get ink where you didn't want the ink. That's the goal. All right. And since these are just leaves, it's important to just take up space with the leaves. And it doesn't have to go anywhere specific. Just don't make a mess. Okay. I didn't want it to look Christmassy, and this leaf is looking really Christmassy. So we're gonna have to use a different leaf next time I try this trick. All right, that looks pretty good. I still got quite a few flowers that need a leaf. We'll get you in there. Everybody's gonna get some. It's okay to run off the edge. We want it to run off the edge. Running off the edge makes it look like I've cut this print from a larger set, a larger print. Maybe I had a whole roll of wrapping paper. Ugh, it does look like wrapping paper. I didn't want that thought, but anyway, now I got that thought in my head. Anyway, so in making a gift bag, you just want to first create a piece of patterned paper. I touched that leaf I didn't want to touch. I want to keep it away, a little further away. Okay, let's get a little color here. Did I get everybody now? All right, so I got everybody. Okay, so there's still some white spaces. Okay, so that's my green. I don't really want any more of this green because that green is making my flower look a little more Christmassy. But I have the flower center, and I have these little, it looks kind of like cherries. I'm going to put the flower center aside for a second, and let me just get these cherries. So what if I just put these cherries? Let me try it right here. It's kind of fun. They don't mean anything. I don't know what those berries are for, but they're cute. So we're putting these berries in to take up space, okay? Anywhere I have some white space, okay? And there's the color on my block, okay, because I didn't use a small block. So I'm being more careful, and I don't want to be that careful. So we're going to clean off the ink that got on the side, okay? So this little orange berry, they almost look like cherries in this color. The idea was to fill up space, not look Christmassy. Let's see, I can get something more in this corner over here. I could use a green leaf in that corner over there too. Filling up white spaces. Okay, I think that looks kind of full. All right, so I have those blocks and 3 colors out, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off. I see now why everybody loves those little A blocks, but the purpose of those A blocks are really for these super tiny stamps. Stampin' Up! Has a lot of teeny tiny parts in some of their collections. Some of the stamp sets have a tiny little piece like this. So I think I will go with green for the center of my flower. I don't know, stamens, what do they call that thing in the center? I'll tell you what, let's try it over here, see if I like it. Yep, I do. So we're gonna put little green centers. And you know what, I'm really off center. Why am I messing that up? Because I'm on screen and I'm not putting my head right over it. All right, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna offset this a little bit on my, try and get it in the center of the flower. Okay, it gives it a less Christmassy look, even though I'm using a Christmas set. That was the goal here, to play with a set that I haven't played with in a while and make gift bags. Now for my gift bags, I tend to just have the same pattern all the time. And really you can make gift bags in all shapes and sizes. I'm just happy with the size that I have in my mind. And what I like to do is to use one sheet of cardstock to make one gift bag. But today I was trying to think of making a gift bag, two smaller sized gift bags, smaller bags that will just hold a gift card. So I don't need it to be very tall. So I'm going to make two short gift bags. That's the goal here. And sometimes, well, I'm doing all of this on one sheet of paper. I'm looking to see that all my flowers get centers. Yes, they did. So I'm going to close that up. All right, so now this gift bag idea works with your trimmer. Now I didn't clean all of these things, so I'm putting them aside out of the way. So it works with your trimmer. And the first thing I got to do is to cut this in half, and then I'll show you the measurements after I cut this in half. So I have this, oh, you know what, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing lots of white right here, and I don't know where that's going to land. So before I cut, I know it's crazy to have to go back and fix something, but I really do. I'm going to take these two here. I'm just going to put this leaf on the back here. You can use both sides of your block. That little spot is empty and bothering me because it's white at the edge, and I don't really want empty white edge. If I'm going to cut it, let's get that looking right. Let's put a little something in that edge. And this one was just in need of a little green. All right, do I like it now? Let's hold it up and see if I like it now. All right, yes, nothing else is bothering me. All right, one day when you get used to this, stamping and making cards, you'll be annoyed by little tiny things too. It's not just me. All right, so I have my Stampin' trimmer. Stampin' Up trimmer gives me lots of options. Now I want two gift bags, and I'm going to need this fat piece to make it with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right in half, okay? So I get two about the same size. So this is 11-inch sheet of paper. I'm going to cut it at 5.5, going up to 5.5. And this is my scoring tool, and I'm using this one white one to cut it. Okay, so now that I'm done cutting these in half, what I want to do, because when I'm making these things, I tend to make all kind of mistakes. I'm going to take my cutting blade off so that I do not make the mistake. This just wiggles out of this little section here at the bottom. I'm taking it off because if I make a mistake and I score the wrong place, that won't damage the bag. But if I make a mistake and I cut something off my bag, well, that will not be cute. All right, so here's the size of the bag. And I have, oh, I left my ruler in the other room. That's okay. I have a ruler on the edge of my board here that I'm going to use. I have 8.5 this way, okay? So if I have 8.5 going this way, long ways, and my gift card is a credit card, okay? Half of 8.5 would be 4.25, okay? So imagine, before I get to that 4.25, I know there's going to be a glue line, something with a glue line. So 8.5, I can have a 1/2-inch glue line and then just play with 8 inches. Okay, so let's do that. My first score line will be at 1/2 inch. Okay, so then I have 4 inches and 4 inches to play with. My gift card is only I just need a 1/2 inch wide from my gift card. Okay, let's just do that. So let's say this is the fold. Okay, that's where the glue is going to go. I mean, the first fold is where the glue is going to go. Then the gusset of the bag, I only need it to be a 1/2 inch thick, okay? For both gussets, 1/2 inch thick. So if this first one was a 1/2 inch, the next one will also be a 1/2 inch, okay? And because I had 4 inches to play with on the front of there, the next one will be 3.5 inches more. So this is a 1/2 inch, then the next score to get that 1/2 inch would be a 1 inch. And then if I want 3.5 inches more, so 4.5, so this would be at 5, okay? So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 5, and then 5.5, okay? 6, 7, 8, 9. No, something is wrong then. I gotta do this math again. So 5.5. Okay, so let's say I have 8.5, and then I come over here, now I got 1 inch. And then, if this section was 4 inches to begin with, and I took a 1/2 inch off, then add 3.5. So this is 1/2 inch, this is 0.5, this is 0.5, this is 3.5, 0.5, and this one is gonna be 3.5. So 1/2 inch plus 1/2 inch is 1, plus 3.5 would be 4.5. That's what I was messing up, okay? 4.5, and then this would be 5.0, okay? And then there's nothing else to score after that. So those are my 4 measurements. I'm gonna write them out here. The first one is gonna be 0.5, and then I'm gonna do it 1 inch, and then the third one would be 3.5 inches after that 1 inch would be 4.5. Think I'm getting that right? 3.5 plus, okay, that's good. And then we're going to do another, if I add a 0.5 to that, the fourth one would be at 5.5 inches solid, and then there's no more to fold, okay? So this is going to be the front of my bag. All right, so I have my 4 scores. Oh wait, there's one more, the bottom of the bag. The bottom of the bag should be the same size as the gusset, or a little smaller than the gusset. So there's going to be a 1/2 inch across the bottom, okay? So we're gonna, these are the number, I'm numbering my cuts. So 0.5 at the base of the bag, okay? So I got my measurements there. I got my 2 pieces of paper. Let's take the first one here and let's put it in my trimmer. I'm making a little gift bag here. And so I have this extra section, okay? This goes both ways, but I'm gonna play with this one just because it's easier to play with one side and leave the other side alone. So the glue line is gonna be at 0.5. So since this just has leaves here, I'll like that, the glue line. You could do it on either side because this is kind of a universal pattern either direction, but I'm gonna go with the 0.5, which is 1/2 inch. And all I have left in here is my score tool, so easy not to mess that up, right? Okay, and then the next fold is at the 1 inch. Look at that. And then the next fold is at the 4.5. So I'm gonna go over to 4. And that was 4 1/4, so this is 4.5. Make sure it looks good. A lot of things don't work out perfectly, it's okay. 4.5. And then the next one was at 5 inches, so take that over to the 5 inch mark right over there. Mark that one, and then after the 5 inch it says 0.5 at the base. So I have my glue line, my gusset, one side of the bag, the gusset, the other side of the bag, and the base is going to be the foot of the bag. All right, so looking at the foot, this one has more flowers. I'll make this the foot of my bag just because it has less to look at. And I just need a 1/2 inch, okay? So imagine going in 1/2 inch for the foot of the bag, line and keep it on that line, one straight line, hold tight, a little score line at 1/2 inch. So that's the bottom of the bag, okay? Looks pretty. And since it came out so nice, I'm gonna go ahead and score the other one and get it over with, all right? So I'm gonna choose which side is gonna be the glue. This side looks like it could be the glue. So let's put the glue line at 1/2 inch. And then go into the 1 inch mark. That gives me another 1/2 inch for the gusset, so at the 1 inch score line there. And then after the 1 inch, we go to the 4.5, which is over here. And the next one is at a 5, so we're gonna go to the 5 over here. I have made a lot of crooked bags in my lifetime, and it's okay. We're learning. Okay, so after the 5, you score the bottom of the bag. So I have the glue line, the gusset, the front, glue line, the back. Which one is the bottom of the bag? This one is less pretty than this one, so I'll make this one the bottom of the bag. And I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it this way, counting going in this way. Here's my 1/2 inch. Now this paper trimmer has also a 1/2 inch going this way, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5. That's just for little things. So if you were conscious of it and you wanted to do just little things, that works nicely. But since you're learning, I'm going to let it go, and we'll just do it this way. All right, so before I start cutting, there's a tiny bit of cutting in this project, and before I start cutting, I'm going to do the fold, okay? So here's all the fold lines, okay? I'm going to fold this one up, that's the bottom of the bag, and then I have this 1/2 inch and another 1/2 inch, making that 1 inch, and that one, and that one. Okay, that's it. That's all the fold. Wait, did I miss one? Yep, I missed one. No, it just wasn't tight. Now, you can get a bone folder, okay? Mine is always dirty because I got ink on it. But you can use your bone folder to flatten those. Normally I make a lot of bags during the year for Christmas. When I'm giving out things for Christmas, I use mostly fabric bags at the house. But when I'm giving things away and I'm never going to see that bag again, see it? You see it coming along? Okay. When I'm never going to see this again, I would give them a little paper bag because it's cute. All right. So down here, where I have the bottom of the bag, that's where I want to make some cuts, okay? So we know this has to get folded in. I'm going to cut this right on the line, okay? Just cut it on the line. And you can cut a little angle in that, cutting the, let's say you're cutting the crease out, okay? And sometimes I do that just so I don't have, to make it easier to fold, okay? Just so I don't have pieces all over the place. And so this is a gusset, and I'm cutting at the bottom of the gusset. This is a gusset. I'm cutting at the bottom of that gusset. But on the glue line, this line is the glue line. That one I'm going to just cut completely out, okay? You don't need that corner at all. So I cut it at a little bit of an angle. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So to make this bag, I would just take some tear tape. You can use regular glue, or you can use tear tape. But basically what I'm doing is, this is my glue line. Fold that one line in. That's the line that gets the glue, okay? Then you're gonna bring this over to match it. See, there's a fold in here, okay? If I folded it wrong, it doesn't match, okay? I won't reach my glue line. So you just fold the glue line over, and whatever comes over, that's where we put the glue, all right? So let's do that part. So this is the glue line. I'm holding it in this direction so I can see I'm not messing it up. This glue tends to dry fast. It also pours out of the bucket, out of the tip really fast. So keep an eye on how much glue you're getting on there, because the more glue you put, the longer you're going to wait for that to dry. All right, and so I put enough glue. I don't want too much glue seeping out. Okay, so less is more. Less is good. All right. So now with most of my gift bags, if I'm going to give it away right away, oh, that could have been tighter, but it isn't. It's okay. All right. That happens sometimes, and that's all right. If I was going to give this away right away, then I would glue the bottom. If I'm not going to give it away right away, then I would stop. I don't glue the bottom. I would just end up putting a little piece of tear tape, because that's a gift bag. All I'm going to do is put a little hole here and put a bow, but that's the gift bag. I would put tear tape at the bottom. I'll show it to you now. So if I took my tear tape, just add a little bit, and it doesn't, okay, you're adding it to the little flap here. Sometimes these tiny little bits cause me to use glue, make my life simple. All right, so if I have this tear tape now, you folded those in. See, those are the pieces that you cut. And if I fold them in, fold all those in, and then I take the backing off this tear tape and close the bag. Now, if I was not going to give this away, I would leave the backing on the tear tape and put it in a file. Mark it Christmas. That's another Christmas bag. All right, so here's this one. It's kind of cute. This little tear tape sticking out. I'm going to tuck it in. Nobody needs to know. All right. Cute little bag, right? So that'll hold a gift card, okay? Imagine that a gift card is smaller than my sticky notes, okay? So a pack of sticky notes would definitely fit in there. Okay, but now I need to put a little ribbon. So I'm going to get my hole punch. Yeah, I use these great back-to-school hole punch, okay? And back-to-school season is coming up next. It'll be on sale at a store near you, okay? I'm just going to put a couple little holes. If you went all the way in, then they'll come out even, but I didn't think of that until I was already squeezing it. So I've got two little holes, and that'll hold a little ribbon. Let me imagine what ribbon do I have nearby me so I don't have to get up. Tell you what, I have this little, this one that doesn't matter so much, but I'm just going to finish it so you can see it. Okay. So I put holes in the bag for the ribbon. And you could, there's a lot of ways to finish this bag. Okay, but what I'm going to do first, I'm going to pinch right here. See this? I'm going to push my finger in and I'm going to pinch that, okay? And you could pinch all the way down if you wanted, but I don't really want to. I'm just pinching a little bit on the sides. Okay, just a little bit, so it's flat at the top, okay? And then I'm going to tie this bow. Sometimes I will make tags, gift bag tags, and hang the tag on this ribbon as well, just to make it pretty. All right, giving you an idea. Something that you can work on tonight is thinking about giving out gifts, okay? Remember I said my pack of sticky notes would fit in there. A gift card is just maybe a hair longer than that pack of sticky notes. So if I had made 2 of these, it cost me 1 sheet of paper and a little bit of my time to make 2 little gift bags. It is not costing me $1, okay? 1 sheet of paper. Well, it's not really paper, it's really nice quality cardstock. But imagine if you went to the store today, you're not going to buy gift cards, holders at that price. Okay, that's my glue side. This one is a tab to fold in. Another tab to fold in. Another tab. Okay, so what I do with this one, okay, so one I'm going to give away. I'm going to probably write this down for me, but really I change my measurements every single time I make a gift bag. I can make gift bags of all different sizes, and I can put them in a folder so that when I need a gift bag really tiny, they're already ready. This was my glue line at the very end, okay, and this folds just on top of that. I didn't fold it the same, but it works exactly the same. The glue line is the 1/2 inch out here. Don't put too much glue. You can use tear tape, you can use glue dots, okay? If you put too much glue, it's gonna seep out and get all over your hands, or it'll seep in, and you'll be shutting your bag a little too tight. All right. The reason I normally bring it all the way out, fold the glue line alone, so that I don't have an accident. But since I know what I'm doing at the moment, I will, yeah. And if all my creases were not exactly perfect, you'll have this little bump when you fold the wrong way. So, but it's okay, nobody's gonna see that, okay? So there's my bag. The pieces go in, but I'm not gonna complete this bag, okay? I'm gonna leave it I'm not gonna glue it at the bottom so that I can fold this bag, leave it flat, and put it in a folder for another day. Go all the way in with your hole punch, all the way in. Maybe 1 inch from the outside and all the way in, about 1 inch from the outside so it looks kind of even. So this one that I'm going to put away, I'm going to not fold the bottom, okay? And when that time comes that I need to fold the bottom, I'm going to be out of glue that day, or I'm going to be out of tape that day, the day that you need it, okay? So I'm going to imagine whichever side, let's say these sides are going to go in, okay? That'll be out here. So this is the piece that needs the tape. The day you need this bag, you're going to be out of tape that day. You're going to run out of glue that day. So it's nice to have the bag, a little piece of tape, so it's ready. Okay, this bag is ready to go. All I would do is close the tape, add a ribbon, and I'm done. So to store that, I would leave it open at the bottom there and just flatten it out, okay? And this would fit in a little folder that says gift bags, all right? Anyway, I was just making it today because I have to give out a gift, but you can make these in any color, any stamp set, any pattern, but basically the more wild your pattern is, the more fun it is to look at. In fact, this side looks better than that side, so I can use this as the front, change it where the ribbon is, okay? So that was the stamp set that I was using. This is a Christmas set, and it is available again, coming up and starting in July, and you can use these leaves, and you can use it in blue, okay? Blue and green, you can do whatever you want. Anyway, and then if you do have lots of accidents or smudges, this stamp set has this little sprinkle, which is kind of cute to add more color to the picture, but it also helps me to cover up some smudges and accidents. All right, ladies, I was just giving you a little something to look at tonight. You all have a good night.